You are listening to Freshly Squeezed.
Yeah, I took out 20 grand loan, recorded an album, and it was going down and down and down and down, and the money was going, and I finished the album and then just had enough money to do a video. Did a video and nothing happened.
It's new music time, another 3 acts ready to go on Freshly Squeezed, your indispensable guide to the very best new music that's bothering speakers and headphones in the UK and beyond. I'm Jim. You can follow us on socials by searching Squeezedcast, and you can get the latest show as soon as it's ready by following the podcast wherever you're listening. But most importantly, you need to stay there for the next 20 minutes so you can check out more from this lot. That beautiful noise is coming out of Irish singer-songwriter McGrath. We'll have him on the podcast first up today. A bit more on that musical collaboration between Pihka Is My Name and IanGX. It started off as a one-off collaboration, but it's grown into something much bigger. You'll hear what in a bit.
Started up in your feeling, started up in your lies, when nothing grows and all the flowers goes to die.
And that is brand new Embrace. The new album is on the way, one of my favourite bands from back in the day. In fact, they were the band that inspired me to start playing guitar when I bought the songbook. I soon realised that all the songs were too difficult and I couldn't do it, and I don't really play guitar anymore. But they were the inspiration behind that anyway. New music from them, and Rick McNamara talking about the new album, the new tune, and the 30th anniversary on the way shortly on Freshly Squeezed. But first, as promised, let's go back to where we were just 30 seconds ago with the music of McGrath, otherwise known as Mick Russell. Welcome, mate.
Thank you so much, Jim. How are you doing?
I'm good. So, congratulations, you've done it. A debut song in the world. How does that feel?
Thank you. It feels amazing. It's kind of strange to finally have it out and to hear it just playing, getting radio plays and just hearing people stream it and tagging me on Instagram. It's really, really lovely. It's a bit of a relief.
How do you know when the time is right to release a debut as an artist? Because it's really easy now for anyone to record something, bang it up on Spotify, but clearly you can hear there's a certain level of production that you've needed on this song, a certain level of craft, so you've had to kind of be patient. Is that difficult to do?
It certainly is, because immediately you just want to get it out into the world. You just want it to be a thing, you know. You have to be patient, and I have to just trust the people around me to know that whenever we release, it's the right time to release. And they've got far more experience in this field than I do in terms of releasing music, you know. So yeah, patience is a virtue.
How long have you been sitting on this particular song?
I think I wrote Raha like a year ago now. So I've been sitting on, like, it's been a song for a while. But the production, yeah, I think I started production with Raha back in January. So yeah, it's been a while, man.
I say you've been patient with the release. You have done some things that I think much more established artists would have loved to have done at this early stage in what you're doing. You've supported names like George Ezra and We Are Scientists. I can imagine that gives you a feeling when you're kind of new into the industry and new into the world of releasing music, stepping on stage with names like that, it can probably go one of either ways. Either you get there and you kind of feel like you belong, there's this, I've earned this is a bit of me attitude, or potentially it goes the other way and there's a bit of imposter syndrome going on. Which way has it gone for you?
You just have to trust yourself. You just have to be confident and remind yourself that, you know, somebody has put you here for a reason. Somebody's put you on that bill for a reason. And also, man, it really, really helps. Like, people like George are just absolute sweethearts. So yeah, when you get encouragement and reassurance from people like that, yeah, it really, really boosts your confidence.
I know it was a personal invite from George that saw you end up supporting him. Did you kind of take advantage of that, get a bit of advice backstage, lean on his experience?
Big time. I was kind of wary of begging it a wee bit too much, so I just wanted to get a chat with him, and he approached me after the show, and we exchanged phone numbers, and he's sent me some beautiful messages of encouragement since meeting him, and he's just a really great guy.
Musically, New Tune Raha, it's got a quite traditional feel, I think, albeit in a modern style. It reminds me a little bit of kind of Ben Howard's stuff or some of his stuff. You're from Donegal originally. You're living in Belfast now. Is it too much of a cliche to kind of say that those traditional roots come from the music that you grew up around?
No, I don't think it's cliche at all. it's obvious for me, you know. The tuning that the guitar was in when I first wrote Raha was like I was playing The Lakes of Pontchartrain, which is an old trad song, and I just yeah, messing about in those tunings. I just think that it's really, really cool to inject a bit of more of a modern kick to a traditional sound. I hope that Raha has done that.
They're the kind of front and center influences. I did read an interview with you talking about some of maybe the slightly more subtle influences you had in your music, and you listed a load of artists that ranged from Amy Winehouse to Black Sabbath to the Fugees. Do you hear all those musical bloodlines in your music?
Not necessarily. I think maybe subconsciously I've been influenced by a lot of it whenever it comes to like writing lyrics or hooks. I mean, I'm not shredding like Tony Iommi, you know, but it's it'll be yeah. I just I think that there are bits and pieces everywhere, and you have to sort of just lean into what makes you as an artist, and there probably are fragments of all those other artists in there somewhere, you know.
This is obviously your debut, but you've been writing and playing music for a while now. Started off as a bit of a pub singer originally. I'm interested
That's
in
right.
how that worked out with you, because I imagine your songs, well, the song we've heard, obviously the debut song, really soft, really thoughtful, really emotive. It's not always the type of music that really can capture a rowdy pub after a few beers. Was it a struggle at times?
It certainly was. I mean, like I would have had lots of covers in those sets as well, and I'm more than happy to thump out Fisherman's Blues by the Waterboys, you know, and get the place going. But it was really, really special when I had opportunities to play the softer stuff, and you know your background noise whenever you play in a pub, and that can screw with your head a little bit when you're starting out. But you just need to reassure yourself. It's certainly helped with my confidence a hell of a lot. Yeah.
Do you think it's helped with those support experiences you've had? Because a similar scenario, I guess, you're walking on stage, there's a crowd there that probably they're not all there for you. Some might be, but in the main, they're there for the kind of headliner, they're there for the main crowd. So you have to work a bit to kind of win them over.
Big time, but I see that as like a necessity, that challenge, you know, winning over an audience when you're a support artist. It's such a rewarding feeling whenever you do, and when you get a bit of love from an audience that aren't there to see you, it's really, really lovely. And I've been very, very fortunate to have played in front of quite a few lovely audiences at such an early stage of my career.
Mick, it's a hell of a start. It's a beautiful debut song. We're going to play it on Freshly Squeezed, but nice to chat. Cheers for your time.
Lovely to chat to you, Jim. Thank you so much, mate.
Tell me, who am I to be when all that makes me different in the mirror? I've been learning to breathe through melody while all your calls are trapped in my receiver. More and tell. The evening has been stuck inside. In my nose, sipping, drinking wine. Oh, we do this all the time. Lose your temper, eyes mine. One more time, I make you see the light.
It's a stunner, isn't it? What a way to announce yourself to the musical world with a tune like that. Nailed it. I'd say there's more from him in the links in the podcast description, but as it stands, there is no more from him. That is the only tune. So if you want to go to the links and listen to that song over and over again, I wouldn't blame you. But that is all there is for now whilst we wait patiently for single number 2. We move on, and we move on with IanGX, who has just teamed up with the Finnish duo Pihka Is My Name for a tune called Too Much Noise, and Ian is here to tell us more. How do you, mate?
Hey, very good, thanks.
Nice to speak to you. We've crossed paths a few times throughout the years when you've been involved with a fair number of different musical projects, but nothing I don't think quite like this before musically. This feels like a kind of real mix of different musics. There's a bit of New Order in there, a bit of Pet Shop Boys, bit of 30 Seconds from Mars, bit of Human League, maybe even a bit of Marilyn Manson. What's taking you in this direction?
Yeah, it's a bit of a random one because basically I met these guys when I was in my old band and they were with the same management company. And I just loved what they did. They did a remix of one of our old songs and I just sort of stayed in touch. They released a single. And I thought that sounds really cool. And I just reached out and said, do you want to do a collab? I mean, it was supposed to be with obviously with my old band, but then I was the only one that wanted to get involved in it. And they sent over this actual track, Too Much Noise. I mean, I put a top down for it and they kind of loved what I did. And so it kind of evolved like that. So they're they're quite sort of left field, very sort of experimental into that sort of like kind of indie electronic dance kind of vibes. Then they came up with this song to be a bit more, I suppose, a bit more indie, a bit more kind of like say, kind of New Order, Human League, that kind of vibe. And it just really gelled. And so they kept on sending me tracks. And we've got 10 songs now. We thought, well, let's just do a project and put it out there and see what happens, I suppose.
Okay, so this is more than just the kind of one-off collaboration. There's something bigger in the pipeline coming.
Most definitely, yeah. We've got this single's coming out, and then we've got a tour coming up in July, and then there's an album that's going to be coming as well. So yeah, there's lots of stuff going on, all very quite different as well. So we would kind of go from like this one, which is quite New Order, so it's a bit of Manson kind of vibes to it as well, with my vocals, I suppose, being a bit kind of harsher. But then we go from that into kind of some dance pop type stuff, and then we go back to doing something else that's very New Order, and then there's going to be something else that comes out that's quite eclectic as well. So it's kind of it's just throwing stuff out there and seeing having fun. Really.
Have you enjoyed that experience of, because obviously when you're in a band, you can push the boundaries a little bit, but you've got one gear, you've kind of got a lane, you've got a style, a genre that you need to stick to. Here, you've kind of been able to flex a little bit. Have you enjoyed that process?
Do you know what? It's absolutely amazing. It's really liberating because when you're stuck in a rock band, I say stuck in a rock band, but you kind of got your own thing, your vibe, and that's the song. And we're having songs kind of like people that didn't want to do certain things or didn't like a song because it sounded too different. With this, it's just like they send a song over and that's what they've done as an instrumental, and they say just work something on it. And it's been great. It's been, like I said, really liberating just to actually be able to kind of do that and just have that sort of like freedom to say, actually, I'm going to try and do this, or I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do one that sounds a kind of dance electro project and make it kind of even quite Eurovision kind of vibes, but it's kind of got that quirky weirdness to it. So it's cool.
What kind of freedom have you had then? So you say in the initial phase, this tune, Too Much Noise, was sent over to you and you added the vocals. Was it literally working to something that they'd already put together, or were you kind of writing lyrics? How did that work?
Yeah, so they basically sent over an instrumental and they said, just write your own lyrics, write your own melodies. And so I did a top line and recorded it, sent it back to them, and they said, yeah, we love it. There's been a few tracks where I've sent something back and they said, okay, maybe we can try altering a melody in this part or this part, and we've sort of worked together. And it's really kind of holistically worked really well, actually, because we were just like, get on and sort of just gel together, and they like what I do and I love what they do, so it's perfect, really.
How have you found the change between, because I think with your previous projects it very much felt like they were kind of almost your projects, you were the front man, you kind of owned them, but here you've been stepping into someone else's project, so it's maybe the roles reverse a little bit, it changes. How have you found that alteration?
To be honest with you, I found it easier because I guess I'm still kind of doing the lyrics and I'm still working on that. So I'm sort of kind of, in a sense, I'm fronting this collab. But either way, it's a lot more chilled out, a lot more relaxed. You know, it's a lot easier and a lot more less sort of, I would say, political. You know, bands are like, if you've got two people and they obviously know what they like and they're really good at it and they love the music that they make. So they're a collective of those two. Whereas in a band, I suppose you've got the 4 or 5 different voices and someone will go, I don't like that, or I don't like that, or I don't like that, which is what I found in sort of projects or bands in the past. But with this, they're very symbiotically kind of together, and to be honest with you, it's easier, a lot easier than being a band.
Really enjoying the new music, but I want to step away from this project for a moment because I wanted to pick up something from your musical past, because a lot of people that listen to this podcast, there's a whole load of people who just love new music and want to discover bands, but also we get a lot of up and coming musicians listening. And I know previously in your past, you took a really interesting step when you took out a business development loan to try and bring on one of your old projects, one of your old bands. I'm curious as to whether that's a route that you would recommend other people took.
It depends. Right. It depends how much stress and bankruptcy you want. But yeah, I mean, I took a big leap of faith when I was really, really young, and I just thought, why I'm gonna go for it. And because I had a band, I believed in them and us and the songs we were writing, and I took out 20 grand loan, recorded an album, and it was going down and down and down and down, and the money was going, and I finished the album and then just had enough money to do a video. Did a video, and nothing happened from the video because the director was just wasn't particularly good.
Right.
say that. So he did all these amazing, crazy ideas, and he thought this is going to be brilliant, and then we never got a video off it. However, the guy that we got in, because we knew that was editing the video, happened to be working on a film, and they wanted a song, and it was like a Dolph Lundgren film, I think, and they wanted a song that would basically work on the soundtrack, and he heard one of our songs, and we got a publishing deal off the back of that, and then that led to a record deal, and we obviously did pretty well, and then we got taken to tour in America, and we got like a lot of money put into us and good advance, and it worked. So that kind of gamble paid off, and I actually paid off the 20 grand debt as part of the advance. So it's one of those things. If you don't try, you never know what's going to happen, I suppose. But I got lucky, I suppose. But then if you're putting stuff there, then it's one of those things. It's like it's either gonna work or it's not, I suppose. So my advice is, in that sense, is just I've always been one of those people who say go for it. You only live once, don't you?
It's not that different to a record deal, really, is it? I mean, ultimately, record deals are bank loans.
Exactly, precisely.
Before I let you go, producer Ant, who makes this podcast, once spent a few days in a van with you as a roadie when you played at a European festival with one of those old bands. I want you to sum up, imagine this is a line on his CV, sum up his performance as a roadie in just one line.
I say big bearded lunatic, but lovely.
That's a fair summary. Ian, lovely to speak to you. Good luck with the new collaboration with Pihka Is My Name. I'm excited by the first track. I'm really excited to hear what comes as well. Cheers for your time.
Thank you so much, Jim. Cheers.
There's too much noise.
Pihka Is My Name featuring IanGX. It's called Too Much Noise. It was a one-off. It's now going to be an album. We wait to hear that. Finally, legit indie rock royalty next up on Freshly Squeezed, because from the iconic band Embrace, I'm speaking to Rick McNamara. How's it going, Rick?
Pretty good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Like I say, back with new music, 9th studio album. I'm interested, when you've been going as long as a band like Embrace, is there a temptation to just kind of go, let's sit back, let's tour the old stuff, let's do the heritage band thing and take life easy rather than trying to constantly make new music?
No, not really, not with us. No, we've always we always feel like we need to be pushing forwards and doing something new and something that excites us. And we do quite a lot of the hits in the set, so there is that kind of element to what we do. But no, we're always like trying to write new stuff.
If it's still exciting you got a week or just over a week until the album comes out. Do you still get those nerves? Is there that excitement about the actual record arriving? Do you get the butterflies in the stomach, the kind of, what's the world going to think about this vibe?
A little bit, I guess. You get kind of quite excited to sort of present it to people, particularly if if you're really happy with it, which we all are. We're kind of we're buzzing to get it out there. We did the Shine On Festival, and we played 3 new songs, and then I had to I mixed the audio from it all, and they were just sounded so great and solid and everything you want it to be, really. Is when you take stuff out there, the crowd are buzzing and got great response from feedback on Facebook and stuff, which comes really quickly these days. You know exactly what people think of you, don't you?
Is that the real gratification of when you release music, when you get to play it live and it's in amongst the old stuff and you can see the reactions, you can see how people instantly feel about it?
I mean, a little bit it's other people, yeah, but it's something that you feel inside. When you play something and you can't hide from yourself. You sort of know what you think of it when you play it to other people, because you kind of listen through their ears. Yeah, and these are standing up really well.
In terms of the new album, when I listened to it, I thought instantly, this is probably a weird thing to say, but it sounded really Embrace.
Yeah.
And there were some moments in it that kind of took me back to the Goodwill Out, whether it was the song dropping and then coming back in bigger than before, or kind of certain little vocal moments, or even phrasing at times. Was there a conscious effort from you as a band, because you are about to hit that 30th anniversary, to kind of create a bit of a musical callback?
I mean, absolutely not. No, we're always kind of trying to push forward. I remember, when we came out with Road to Nowhere as the first single, I thought that it was a massive departure for us, and because it's quite a lot faster than the songs that we normally do, and it's like mad synths in it and stuff. Then everyone just came back saying, "No, it's a return to form. It's classic Embrace." And it's like, is it? I thought we'd really pushed the boat out. You know what I mean? But I guess it's something that happens with us when we get in a room. It's like a musical muscle memory that just sort of we start playing and we just sound like us. We'll kind of slot into what we do. But particularly me, I'm always kind of pushing to sort of do something that's different and that challenges us. Otherwise, I just get bored. You know what I mean?
Well, I say it sounds like Embrace, but it sounds like Embrace with maybe more confidence than you had before. And you're a band that's never been short on swagger, but it feels like there's an abundance of it in this album. There's songs like Up on Your Feelings, which is the latest single, we'll play it in a little bit. It comes in really hard, and I think that sounds pointedly different to what you've done before. I'm wondering whether you would have had the confidence to do that 20 years ago.
No, maybe not. I mean, maybe age has brought with it a certain sense of, we don't really give a shit anymore. We want to be proud of what we're doing. We answer to ourselves first and foremost. And, we didn't have a deal when we were writing the album. We got the deal after when we delivered it. So we didn't have a record company sort of telling us what they thought we should do. We just want to do something that excites us, and we want to do something that's, you put it on and it's got a sonic sort of footprint straight away. Like you say, it sounds like us, but try and avoid the old death by mid-tempo kind of sound that we've done before so much,
It's interesting to have you here speaking about Embrace's music, because over the last year or so, we've spoken to a fair few artists that have worked with you before on production duties, and they've all talked about how much they've learned from that experience and working with you. Is that a two-way street?
Oh, that's nice.
Do you think you have developed as a songwriter and a musician, having worked with those emerging bands and maybe hearing new ideas?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's like when you have children, you sort of learn a lot about yourself. And when bands come in, they've all got different chemistries and different strengths, and you pick up all kinds of stuff. Music, collaborating with people on music, it's always a new experience. Who was it that was talking about me?
Do you know what? I meant to look it up because there's a few that have worked with you that we've had on, and I can't remember any of the names off the top of my head. But I meant to look it up and I completely forgot because I knew you'd ask that question.
So it's nice that they're saying nice things about me, I guess.
I want to wrap up with one question that we asked to John McClure a couple of weeks back. And I want to ask you the same question because you're now reaching this big 30-year mark, this 30th anniversary. If you could rewind back to 1996 and give yourself one bit of advice, what would that bit of advice be?
It would probably be to keep your eyes open, kid, and grab the opportunities while they're there, because a lot of the time, I've probably spent just being lazy, really, and just focusing inwards on just doing my little thing in Embrace when I could have been sort of like maybe spreading my wings a bit further. That's probably what I'd say to myself.
Sound advice.
It's advice that I still tell myself to this day, And the bands that come in, that I've been talking to a few of the lads of wanting me to help them out with the dissertations for the degrees, and sort of saying how do you ways of making it in music, and it's just get out there, just be your face, be on the scene, be helpful. Because it's all about sort of networking and bonds that you make with people. It's music if you want to survive in it, I think.
Well, it's ace that Embrace have got a new album. Good that you're looking forward with music, but you're also taking this 30th anniversary as an opportunity to look back with a new book and a spoken word tour, and you've got the 30th anniversary tour, massive tour coming up this autumn as well. But all eyes on the new album that comes in a couple of weeks. I've had a sneaky preview. It's ace. We're going to play the latest single on Freshly Squeezed. But Rick, cheers for coming on.
Tell me again, our time
That's from the brand new Embrace album Avalanche, and like I said, there is loads going on with that band at the moment. They've got the album coming out, they're going on a massive tour this autumn, they're doing a stage show talking about the history of the band, there is a book coming out. They are busy boys, and they've still got it, haven't they? Still making some awesome tunes. That is the final one of our trio today. You had McGrath, you had Pihka Is My Name, and you had Embrace, and they are 3 good reasons to hit follow on this podcast, because that's what you get every single week, an introduction to 3 new tunes that otherwise might just pass you by. Don't forget you can get even more from Freshly Squeezed by following us on socials, Squeezedcast pretty much everywhere. That is also a great place to start if you want to submit a tune to the podcast. I'll see you there, because we're done here. Cheers for your ears.
The award-winning Freshly Squeezed, a new music podcast, was devised, produced and hosted by Jim Salveson. Sound design and production by Ant McGinley. Theme music, Blue Blazer, is written and produced by Spin Class. Stop.